Mike, because Manchester United got battered, pillaged, raped,
Is that how we did
ran
it
through.
today? I'm down for that.
Ran through. I had to pick it up. Ran through because that was shocking, disgraceful. It was embarrassing. I'm joined here with Devo.
We all just holding the mic.
Space Kid covering up. Gav.
I'm down for that life today.
What are we saying, guys? How are you all?
Good, man. Good. For once, we
Live in the
actually
team,
are
man. After 3, if your team got 3 points this weekend, say I. 1, 2, 3. I.
Aye.
Hey, y'all are taking a piss right now. Y'all are-
No piss taken. No piss taken.
You know what it is. Is what it is.
But,
Football's a cruel game, man. You know, it's cruel. Because just the other week, everyone was on our case. Arsenal this, where, Arsenal that, Arsenal this. It's funny, isn't it?
Arsenal literally they said their weekend in peace because they won that game, and actually this is probably one of the first times where they've had a nice, calm weekend.
It's quite one of the first times we won on a Friday night.
Yeah.
We don't win on Friday nights, but we always get a result on Arsene Wenger's birthday, and it was his birthday on Friday, isn't it? So
Big up,
Shout
Daddy.
out to Big Arsenal. Big up, Arsenal.
Papa Wenger.
Legend of the game.
Papa Wenger.
So, Papa Wenger, which everyone wanted out. Be careful what you wish for, because it ain't been any better since.
Arteta's at the wheel.
Is he? Huh? Is he?
Before we get into, I don't want to go down the Arsenal route because we're not here to talk about that. But what people need to remember is that Arteta he just won Premier League Manager of the Month. That's a poison chalice. He won Manager of the Month. We're unbeaten in 6 in the league. And people are still like, oh, Arteta out. Where? Maybe now he's got a settled team. Yeah. He's starting to turn the corner a little bit. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, I saw this before, wasn't it, with Spurs? Manager of the Month.
Yeah, but then they lost how many after that? Have they won a game since? I don't know.
But that's
they beat Newcastle.
It's a bit of a poison chalice though, because that happens a lot. Manager of the Month curse. You win Manager of the Month, and then your form kind of goes downhill after that.
Well, it's November coming up soon. We know Northampton. We know Arsenal don't really perform well in November, innit? So
and February, 2 months.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, November and February we always mash it up.
Yeah, so I remember it always used to be February. We'll be out of the FA Cup, Champions League, and Carling Cup in the space of like 2 weeks. Every February that used to happen to us.
And then from March on, we'd have a monster ending, and it's like, man, we were so close to winning the league this year.
We went for February. Damn it.
We went for that meddling month. Well, yeah, you know the usual, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's run the intro that is much needed of an upgrade.
Oh.
Whoop whoop whoop. We back. Let's start.
Yeah,
Let's get straight into this because
why?
No. There is no why. We have to, because where else can we go? Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gonna be sacked before tomorrow?
Before the end of the stream? Is he gonna
the
stream?
First of all, can we just ask, like, how's everyone's day going? Like,
we did. We did
like,
that.
Jeez, I mean, we're already going straight knee deep. All right, let's get straight into it. He has to go. What I saw on Sunday was, I've never seen something before, and when I've never seen something with Manchester United, more often than not, it's a bad thing. I've never seen that before. And it's not like it's not like this game or this performance is an isolated performance. No, it's been building up to this. So if there's any reasonable football fans out there that is marginally surprised about this performance and or this result, I think you have not been paying attention. We've been stressing that these performances are not good enough, dating back to Leeds, our first game of the season. Like, we beat them 4-1, but we conceded so many chances, and this is exactly what Paul Scholes was referring to, I think, a week ago. We beat Atlanta, conceded so many chances. So coming into this game, we're scared, we're worried. Obviously, we saw what happened, and I think the players have finally lost their heads. Pogba lost his head. You saw CR7 lost his head. Harry Maguire, his head's been gone since the beginning of the season. Luke Shaw, same thing. Um, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad because I'm looking at someone like Marcus Rashford, who has not had a settled manager up until his Manchester United career. And it's looking possibly like that's going to continue. I'm sad because we don't have that continuity that we've been craving for a manager no more. I'm sad because this guy did bring back the identity of Manchester United. It's not all doom and gloom. Where he's left it today is 10 times better than when he found it and when he got to this job. Remember, morale was down, fan base. We still don't have our trust with the owners. We still don't to this day, but I mean that's gotten better a little bit. We actually like our players, so he has to go. Long story short, he has to go, and you know, hopefully we find a suitable manager. Obviously, you see Conte is a big spokesperson or spoke name right now. I personally want Ten Hag next season. Obviously, not this season because he's too busy with his own season over there right now. But yeah, he has to go. Guys, I don't know what to say. The El Clasico was yesterday. Imagine Real Madrid beating Barcelona 5-0 at their house, to put it quite simply.
Wow. I'll tell you one thing, right? Because the media love to put things on people. I know we're going to talk about Chelsea later on in the show, but it would be like Chelsea beat 10-man Norwich 7-0. You know, it's always like they'll always emphasize, like when Man United got beat by Tottenham, it's like Tottenham demolished 10-man Manchester United 6-1. But this time they're not even talking about that in the headlines so much because it's Liverpool and the way that Liverpool dominate and act. And we've been on the back of a few of those hidings Arsenal have from Liverpool. And it looked exactly the same for me. It looked exactly the same. When Liverpool get an opportunity to get into their stride, they are the most dangerous team in world football, period. Like, we saw
They
it.
weren't
like,
even in a stride.
no,
It was too easy.
They were early doors. They just got into their stride. Yeah, but they were allowed to play so easily around Man United, and the confidence was high. It was flying and whatever. And like, when like for instance, when that fifth goal went in, Robertson even turned around and said, "Come on, let's go get some more." You know what I mean? Like the disrespect, I should say, is unbelievable, man. It's so high. The stock is high right now for Liverpool, and it's not the wrong time to be playing them. You know, like Liverpool and Man United aren't going through the best time at the moment, but they had their chances as well. You know, they could have taken the lead in the game, and if there was a little bit more composure from Bruno Fernandes, then it could have been 1-0. It could have been 1-0 to Man United. And then imagine what the stadium would have been like then. You know what I mean? And even at 2-0 down, they still had a couple of opportunities. But as soon as that third goal went in, it's game done there.
It's over.
You know what surprised me? Because I know Space Kid, you were saying if anyone was surprised by the result. Ollie usually gets it right in big games. Big games, Ollie usually does well, and he matches up well against his opponents. And they usually come out with a decent result. So when everyone was going before the game, yeah, Liverpool going to spank them, all that, I was thinking, yeah, but it's a big game. Ollie will have something up his sleeve for this. And he didn't. I don't even think he had sleeves. Man was rocking a vest. You know what I mean? Like, no tricks
Definitely called a
whatsoever.
vest because like a girl put on earlier on today. Like, what's this called? Is it definitely a vest or is it a tank top?
He was wearing a tank top, vest, white beater, whatever you want to call it. Because he didn't have nothing up them sleeves. He was without a clue. It was embarrassing. If I liked Man United fans, I'd feel sorry for them, but I don't. So I don't. But on the other hand, it means Liverpool fans are gassed, and I hate Liverpool. So I'm in the mud with you lot. No, to be honest, the result was embarrassing. The performance was
in the
embarrassing.
mud with them.
It just feels like, you know, once that first goal went in, the second goal went in, the Man United players kind of felt like, boy, this is done. We could use this as a way to get rid of this man. Do you know what I mean? That's what it kind of felt like to me. They kind of just gave up. Tools were downed, and there's like, boy, it is what it is. The lack of discipline as well. Fred got lucky to stay on the pitch. Ronaldo was lucky to stay on the pitch. Pogba obviously didn't want to be on the pitch, and that's why he left so early. He's like, why are you bringing me off for this? I ain't doing this, man. You know what I mean? I go in the bar for go about my business.
Now he's 3 matches out.
So yeah, it's an embarrassing thing, and I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if he holds on to his job, the level of toxicity around that club is going to be huge. I think if the Glazers give a damn about their reputation amongst the fans, which they probably don't, but if they had a shred of care for what their standing is amongst the fans, they're going to sack him. Because if they hold on to him and say, no, we're not going to sack him until the end of the season, then Man United fans are just going to turn on the club again. After a period where it seemed like they kind of leveled up a bit, where the fans weren't so much on the Glazers' back with the Ronaldo signing and stuff like that. It kind of made things, papered over some cracks. Now those cracks are huge. So do you deal with it, or you just allow those cracks to get bigger and bigger? I think they have to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They have to. Like today.
It's to go back on. I was thinking of something that you said, Devo, about last year. Like last year, we lost to Tottenham 6-1. No fans in the crowd. But then that was when, Martial exhibited a bit of petulance, got the red card, got sent off, and then you could see the same amount of chaos that ensued after. A whole year has passed. What's the difference? We spent what, $150 plus on players. We have fans. We lose a player, and guess what happens? Chaos. So I'm looking at that barometer. I'm like, so what has really changed from there? Like, really, what has really changed? And nothing has. So because of that, I think that besides other things that we can't even get, well, I don't even know if we have enough time to get to, but because of so many different problems. But because of all that, including this, I think that he will do right by the club by going, and he will save face just like Frank did. I think Frank is in good standing with Chelsea fans, and Chelsea fans are in good standing with Frank. Same thing with Ollie. I think he'll be good standing with us. It's just that right now, the longer this lingers on, the more it stinks. The more it stinks, the more I'm getting infuriated.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. I mean, like, there's a comment in here, which I just want to say something quick on it. Joshua A said Pogba dropped the worst sub disaster class. Liverpool fans, please remember what Steven Gerrard did. Anyway,
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah,
I was about to bring that up.
Back to my point about Man United. I actually feel sorry for them, and I really do. And if you think about this, Man United are one of the biggest brands in sport, let alone football. One of the biggest brands in sport. They carry so much weight across the whole world. Now, what company in the world, what major company would have staff that have little to no big experience? Like, when I say big experience, like I'm a recruitment consultant. I've been working in recruitment for the best part of 5 years in total. Would I then be able to become the director of Hayes, the largest recruitment company in the world, and then bring all my mates in or people that have worked there for a little bit and done all that and do all those jobs in between, like the operations management, like the finance director, this, that, and the other. No, that wouldn't happen. So why are Man United hiring rookies in every single area? I mean, like, the most experienced guy there for me, off the top of my head, is Mike Phelan. And like, he had his time there, has been and gone. His last job was in Australia as director of football or something for a minor league Australian football team. So how has he got he hasn't got the experience to be doing the job that he's doing now? And then we go back to Ollie. Every manager needs a chance and needs an opportunity. I fully understand that. But this is a guy that did bits of Mulder, to be honest, and I don't care the level of the division. If you've picked up a team that were bottom of the league and fighting relegation, and then the following season win the title with them, kudos to you. You deserve that. Fair play to you. But that Cardiff job was a shambles. Like, I know a few Cardiff fans. I don't know any of those Cardiff fans that would take Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back right now, and they've just sacked Mick McCarthy. So, like, they were telling me at the time that when they were in the Prem and they got relegated with Solskjaer, that if he was to stay, there would more chance to be playing League One the following season, because he's not a very good manager. Everyone will tell you how much of a nice guy he is, and how much people will say that they respect him for being bringing history to Manchester United. You know what I mean? But by bringing him in just because he's a club legend or he's one of your mates or things like that, it's shambles, man. I actually feel for Man United.
I don't. I was just going to say, basically, as a United fan, who would you want to come in to replace him? Who comes in to replace him?
I already stated
Other
it earlier.
chocolates are available.
Already says right. Vanilla wafers, like shit. But no, I already stated it earlier in the video. I said, please give me Ten Hag. I think he has the demeanor, he has the composure, he has the I don't know, the presence of a United manager for whatever reason. No nonsense, know what he's doing, tactical, astute. Obviously, bossing it up in the I struggle with this word. Eredivisie. I struggle. I'm sorry.
We'll just say that.
But no, yeah. So I would love him, but obviously I know, like I said, he's busy with Champions League end of season right now. So we can't get him. It's not viable. The following year, that's a choice. But as of right now, Conte is available. Conte is gonna have a.
Some Man United fans are not happy with Conte being tired. What's the problem?
No, we're not.
But why?
Because it's PTSD of Jose.
Just
but why?
Javan is head of the Conte fan club.
No, I'm trying to understand. Man's went to Inter Milan and look what he's done with them. The only reason why he wasn't there still was because they didn't give him the money.
Yeah, Javern, it's not even about like.
So why would Conte fail?
It has nothing to do with his skill and his caliber of managing. Not at all. He's proven. He's qualified. He's good. He passed the test, the preliminaries. But what the problem is the fact that it reminds us of Jose, PTSD, slow tactical build-up, 3 at the back, defensive, and we don't want that at United. We want someone that's fun, like Klopp, like Pep.
Antonio Conte was very attacking at Chelsea. One of the best seasons at Chelsea, to be fair. What was going on? Where's everyone going with this?
Yeah, but you can turn around and say that about Mourinho when Mourinho was his first season at Man United. They were winning games 4-5-0, whatever sometimes, but it was 1-0 after 80 minutes. And they'll just bore the opposition into submission and then lob in 3-4 goals at the end. That's not exciting. We don't want that.
What? So you want? Let's say you want Ten Hag. Hold on. You say you want Ten Hag.
Defensive manager. I think Conte sets these teams up to be defensively, tight, and he doesn't want to ship goals. But he also allows his attacking players to express themselves. You look at what he had with Lukaku, Martinez. He had them man balling. So he has good attacking players who wants to do their job. But he doesn't want to see your defenders trying to bum up the field. You don't want that's why he plays wing backs. Like, you man are part of the attacking three are going to have midfielders who sit to defend my back three. Mm-hmm. Everyone else at that side of the pitch, you guys do your job in it. And he kind of splits attack and defense into two different things. I think I like Conte, but the reason why I think Conte wouldn't work at Man United, because Conte, he likes experienced players who could do a job. You don't want young man running around in his team. You know, one or two youngsters. Man United have got a team full of youngsters. What's he gonna do with all them? You're gonna see him shipping man out and signing. I don't know. Some old boy left back will come in.
And then man.
You know what I mean? Brozovic will come in and he'll go and get Ashley Young again and say, "Boy, Ashley Young, come, let's do a thing." You know
what the hell?
That's why I think it doesn't work.
Okay.
He's not a long-term manager.
I hear that. But let me. Oh crap! I lost my train of thought. Okay, that's it. So now Ten Hag, right? What has he won?
Eredivisie, plenty of times.
He's been bossing it over there. He's been winning that. But I've seen that in Champions
Okay, now
League,
let's just say let's say he comes to Manchester United now, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll just say he's another Ollie. And what if he doesn't get you to that next level? Then it's going to be Ten Hag out.
Please. Let's not disrespect. There's levels to this. Please.
I'm just saying.
Don't make me bring my African accent on, please.
Listen, Ollie wants stuff with mold. Ollie wants stuff with mold. Ollie wants stuff with mold.
Man wants stuff with mold, you know.
But there's levels to this. What did Meek Mill say? There's levels to this. Yeah.
David Moyes. I'm just trying to say, like, you don't know that he's going to come in and do a better job than Ollie. He could end up just being like Ollie, and then here we are again. Ten Hag out.
I think the question is, do you want a short-term fix or do you want a long-term fix?
I want.
Yeah, but then Ollie is. But then Ollie is a long-term fix as well, because
work with the youngsters.
He's no better than. How do you know he's any better than Ollie?
Because he's got pedigree across Europe.
Thanh you.
How with what?
He's won things at Ajax. A lot of things with Ajax.
First of all,
okay. I can win things with Ajax. What?
No, because other managers have failed at Ajax. So
that too, but also this Ajax team under Ten Hag. Remember, this team was playing some exquisite football against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Remember, Ollie has struggled in the Champions League, so it's one of those things where it's like, off of that, I already know he's gonna be better. Ollie struggles in the Champions League, proper struggles. So I think, honestly, what's the worst that could happen? Give him a chance. He's the long-term solution. Ollie came in. He already accomplished his long-term solution. We're good for the next 2-3 years with whoever comes in. I think we can focus on short-term, which means bringing Conte. He will do the job. And what Chelsea fans or Bible fans don't want is a proper manager at United. Once that happens, a sleeping giant has awoken. You guys saw a glimpse of that at the beginning of the season, how we were playing. And it's like, oh, Lord, are these people really coming back? I know that's all you guys all felt. I want that same feeling. I want us to be hated. I want you guys to cuss us out. I love it. Like,
I'm going to touch on those super chats in a moment. So I do see them. I will get onto them. I see Yasser Saeed saying that we're not Chelsea. We don't want to play pragmatic football. That's not the United way. Excuse me. On the Fergie, let's get back. If we go back, United have always kind of had that kind of approach. When he played against Arsenal, that's what he'll do. Pragmatic, hit them on and go back and hit them. So I don't understand what the United way is. The United way is to win stuff. Like there's not just one way to play football, and I think people need to understand that. And Fergie knew that. When he had to sit back, he would sit back. When he had to go forward, he would. Like there isn't just one way.
Officials, he would.
Like there is not one way to play football, and that's the problem with the kids of today. They just see it as they just want the eye test. They feel like football is all. What's it? Jose Mourinho had this nice energy about. It's like they want to have all this possession, the green grass, and passing the ball around and make it look all fluid. That doesn't win you matches all the time. It doesn't. So there's many ways to play. So I don't know what you're saying about the United way, but there is a way to play football, and that is any way, as long as you win at the end of the game. At the end of the day, in my opinion. But we got a super chat here. Martin saying, "Are we going to speak about Mo losing to a Wi-Fi password?" No,
I'll tell you what, if that is a Wi-Fi password, ain't no one cracking that.
I was shocked when I saw that. Was it 6-1?
Yeah, but Buddha Glimpse, right? I know
To
a
a
little
team
bit
with a
about
hashtag or slide dash, whatever in their name.
I know a little bit about this team because one of my boys is actually from Norway. He's actually from Tromsø, which is down the road from Buddha Glimt. And they won the title last season, and they deserved to win the title as well. They have got loads of kids. Their average squad age or something like that is 22 years old. And they are in the process of trying to build at the moment. So what they're trying to do is keep nurturing this young talent keep coming through and sell them on to places in Europe. But we're not talking like into the Premier League or into like the top tier European clubs, so to speak, like the second tier sides. So like coming through to like the Eredivisie or to the Portuguese league and things like that, moving them on into those sort of places. They lost in the Champions League playoff. They're unfortunate in that. They lost in the Europa League playoff and very unfortunate in that. And they've come down to the conference and I thought it was going to be over. But they're actually quite a good side. They play some real nice football. And the fact that my boy is a supporter and his daughter was born early on that week, that victory was for him. So big up yourself, Kev.
And they've got the guy he's got a goal and 3 assists is like Erling Haaland's best friend. Those guys come through the youth teams together. So watch out for him. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Erland, the man's out for what, 2-3 months?
Yeah.
That's mad. That is
what happened?
Because I said before the season started on the Bundesliga show, which you can find on MAD Sports Network every Wednesday. I said that Haaland would outscore Lewandowski in the league this season. And he was on course to do that before the injuries. So I'd like to say that. I'm going to take that as a victory.
No, we'll take it. We'll still run with it. We'll do it pro rata.
Yeah.
So, like Lewis in cricket.
Hey, I got a question real quick though, Jay. So I saw something. I woke up at 7:30 to watch a game in the morning for whatever reason. Lukaku wasn't there. 7-0. I saw creativity. Addition by subtraction. Please talk to me about it. Is it that the players around him are focusing too much on Lukaku to create for him? And that's, I guess diminishing.
Him and Werner were injured.
Him and Werner were injured, and they were playing I saw some scintillating football from City, Liverpool, and Chelsea this weekend, and Arsenal. To be fair.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you.
So another reason why I was crying. But back to you, Dre. What do you think about that? Like, what's your concerns about that? Because it's a long season, bro. Lukaku's coming back. What are we gonna do, or what's your manager gonna do to try and rectify this little problem that's taking place right now?
So, what was I gonna say? So, it was brought up in some group chat saying that Chelsea looked better without Lukaku, and I would say Lukaku looks good with another striker or someone next to him. And that's what we were going to have. But we couldn't have it because both of them decided to kick the bucket. So we don't have them two together. So we're yet to see Werner and Lukaku actually play together, be together to create that partnership. I would say that this is Norwich. And they absolutely got cut open. It was easy. So this game ain't gonna, cover my eyes. I'm not entirely convinced in terms of. Okay, when I say I'm not convinced, in terms of it was Norwich. If that was Southampton per se, or West Ham, would that have happened? Probably not. So it's Norwich. Our next game will probably not have either one of them again. So we'll see how it goes. If the pattern continues, then I can say, well, this is now a headache for Tuchel to figure out, and I'm sure he will figure it out. Like, I'm not gonna lie. What's his name? Loftus-Cheek looked decent. Like Barkley looked decent. Like I'm so confused. Like it's like a system. This you could tell it's a system. You put someone in, apart from Saul, who can't seem to get into this.
You can't mug off Saul like that. Yeah, one game and it was bad. Let's be real, it was bad.
It was horrible, and he can't get back in.
Neeks
It's so bad that
mentioned
he can't get back in.
Yeah, Neeks mentioned it on the terrace about what Lukaku, like the lack of Lukaku, what he can do. But I mean, like, I do think this game was a bit of an anomaly, if I am honest. You know, I can't see Chelsea playing like that the whole way through. But what I did like was
Exactly.
just the fluidity between, like, everybody was all there. Like, each player was there to play for the same cause. You know what I mean? It weren't like, you know, when Lukaku's there, Man United go through the same thing with Ronaldo. It's like when Lukaku's there, like, we need to get the ball into him, right? And then after that, we'll sort it out afterwards. Every single player for Chelsea this Saturday were all on the same wavelength. And seeing the way that Chilwell was getting forward, the way that Reece James was going forward,
Man has scored in 5 consecutive games. Was it 4? One of
club
them.
and country in all competitions. He's been doing bits, and he looks.
Marcus Alonso. People were telling me keep Marcus Alonso on the field. Get out of here, man.
No, because that's reactionary. Let's be real. Like, Marcus Alonso, when you're playing the formation that you do, is fantastic at what he does. If you're playing a back 4, you can't have him anywhere near that starting lineup.
He doesn't need to be anywhere near Chelsea. Period. Get him out. Anyway, go.
He's a solid player. But the thing that I
solid murderer.
The thing that don't let him drive himself out of there, yeah.
Bro,
when you kick him out, make sure you order an Uber.
Man's a murderer. Get him out of there.
Get him an Uber to leave.
If I drunk and drive and I killed someone, I'm going to prison. How is this man not in prison? Get him out of the club. Get him out of the club. Get him out of the club.
But like the thing that impressed me the most was the English goal scorers. All the goal scorers, even the own goal, was an English guy who bagged. Do you know what I mean? Who was trying to tee for Jamaica, but that's a different story for a different time. But like, when like Chelsea are a team that consistently get cussed out for the lack of English talent and the lack of academy talent that are brought through, and the fact that
they all scored.
Bar Chilwell, obviously, he's not an academy talent, but they
all English players anyway. Max Aaron.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean.
This turned into the Brexit hour.
Yeah. I'm proud to be British. Proud to be British. But no, Reece James for me put on a click. I don't care whether it's Norwich or not. He's performed every game that he's played in this season. The guy is so clear, it is unreal. And you know, when we have this argument of like, oh, Trent, Reece, or Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka doesn't need to be anywhere near this conversation. I've been saying it for the last 12 months, 2 years, that the guy, he was never on it.
To be fair, he's been a West fullback. Just to put that out
the only issue was he was better than Trent at defending. That's for damn sure. Reece James was the only one who was better than both of them at both things.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I will always put Reece James above it, and the reason why I put Reece James above it is that people go, "Oh yeah, but how many assists did you get?" Well, if Chelsea had someone who was able to actually put the ball in the onion bag, then he would have a hell of a lot more than Trent, in my opinion. And like, the way that he whips these balls in is a joke. His delivery is fantastic. You can play him centre mid if you wanted to. You can play him right back if you wanted to. His finishing, his deft finishing, that little chip finish.
That finish is wicked, yeah.
Play him up front as well. You know what I mean? And then Callum Hudson-Odoi play beautiful game from
that's a generation.
It was a big performance from Chelsea, and it's a statement performance. And that reminded me of the Chelsea of old. Remember back in the day when Mourinho was there and Chelsea used to just slap up certain teams, 8s and 9s and 6s and whatever.
Ancelotti, when Ancelotti was doing 9-10 sort of times. Yeah,
clean sheet as well. You know what I mean? Yes, it is Norwich, and I think not having the big target man probably helped against Norwich, because the likes of Grant Hanley and Ben Gibson are more likely to want to play against a big brute of a striker than someone who's dropping into the hole and giving them problems. So that probably was the best way to go against Norwich anyway. But yeah, as I said at the beginning of the season, Chelsea are favourites for the title. Champions of Europe. You can't be champions of Europe and not be favourites in your own country. Doesn't make sense. Chelsea, the team who surprised me is Liverpool. And I still think Liverpool aren't playing at their best. Salah is unplayable. Yeah, at this moment in time, Mohamed Salah is unplayable. Like, you can't play against that guy.
Inevitable.
If he wasn't playing like that, I don't think Liverpool were playing that well. I still think defensively they're not the same. I think the midfield of
we'll see come January,
Keita, Milner and Henderson, that is not a good midfield.
Yeah, but Liverpool's never had a good midfield.
No, but they had a functional midfield.
It's a function.
They had
Exactly.
a really Fabinho was probably the best DM in the league, one of them at least, or if not the world. Henderson is very good at what he does, despite all the times that I cut him out. He is very good at what he does. That ball for Salah's goal was sublime. Do you know what I mean? I'm bringing out big words, sublime. That was a lovely pass, man. I've seen so many people saying it. If that was Pogba or if that was KDB, everyone will be on the internet going, "Oh my god!" But because it's Henderson, it's just like, yeah, it's good.
Well, I'm representing
Brexit
FC here.
Give him his flowers.
Henderson,
that was a wonderful.
He's British.
Hey, quick, yeah.
Armchair. Since we're talking about Liverpool, sorry, I'll let you speak in a second. Current Salah versus peak Lionel Messi.
Get out of here.
Next question.
Can I just say, Pete? No, wait.
Chelsea.
Wait. No, see, this is what's wrong with the world. This is what's wrong with the world. Salah is doing bits at the moment. He's done bits for how many games have we had this season? 10 games?
9
games?
Or something like
Leo
that.
scored 91 goals in a year. 91 goals, bro. He scored more goals in that calendar year than certain teams, like across the top 5 leagues in Europe. I think only 3 teams scored more than him. Him one. And you want to bring peak Leo is on his own. The only person who can talk to peak Leo is peak CR7. Them two are on the list by themselves. Don't even try. Come to me with something else. Current Salah versus peak.
Next.
Neymar.
Aguero or
Neymar.
Yeah.
Neymar,
something like that.
Neymar has played less games for PSG in the league since he has been there than Pedri played in all competitions last season. Next.
Also got one more super chat, I think.
Yes, there was another one.
Yes, and Chelsea are Premier League contenders, of course.
Another one. Where is it? Martin. As a Juve fan, I'm generally shook now that Chelsea are without Tim's Asaku. They played to the level of Pep's Barca / I can't pronounce the name.
Saki's men at Milan.
I don't want that smoke.
Oh dear.
Wait, you're saying that Chelsea are now playing at the same level as Pep's Barcelona? What is going on here?
It's Norwich. It's Norwich. It's only Norwich. It's Norwich.
It's Norwich. What's going on?
What are we doing?
It's Norwich. Let's see a couple more games against a couple more opposition, and then we'll see what's up.
Relax. Pep's Barcelona. You know what? I'm not even going to go there, man. I'm not going to go there.
Guys.
Iniesta, Xavi,
guys,
Messi, Busquets, all them, man, top form, and you're bringing me a team that spanked Norwich 7-0.
I know we don't talk about these people enough, but can we just talk about City more so specifically? Can we talk about Phil Foden? Philip.
Oh, yes.
I'll let you, man, talk about. Let's talk
talk about Foden.
I want to talk about Philip. It is the Brexit hour, even though I'm not Brexit. But hey, bro, I think that is the best. I think I saw between Ajax and Man City the best brands of football I've seen this season.
Yeah,
bro. It was.
You know when you watch your football and you just sit there and smile. You can't even say a word. You just sit there and smile and watch it in awe.
Yeah.
I couldn't even decipher what was going on. You know, usually when I watch a game, I like to see 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, 4-4-2, try to see what's going on with the fullbacks, and I was lost. It looked like I was taking physics. I didn't know what was going on. Yet everything was happening so fluently, everything was happening so efficiently, everyone was just competent, and I was like, oh my God. This is total football.
Space Kid, do you reckon that can we now look back and say that Pep has done the right thing? Because as football fans, we all wanted to see Phil Foden come through, and I know City fans, and they'll be like, "Why is Pep not playing him? Why is Pep not playing him?" And he took his sweet ass time getting him into the team, and now we're seeing the fruits of the labour. So do you feel like Pep has done the right thing here, or do you still feel that he should have probably blooded him earlier, especially when you look at the teams that we all support and seeing the kids that we've got, and we're seeing so much pressure being put on them?
I think that he's done the same thing that Ollie has done to Mason G-Wood, and they have both hit it out the park. These are young kids. These are young men. Let them ease their way. Let them develop their body and develop their game in time, and you will start to see them shine without them even doing too much. The few times they do get minutes here or there. The only one out of three that didn't get that luxury to not play so much or develop so quickly was Saka. But it's okay. Saka is still going to develop into a hell of a player. But I don't blame Pep for doing what he did. Excellent move, and now you're going to see the best Philip Foden that we've ever seen. And I think out of the leaders of the new school, at least in England, he got it even more than G Wood. And I love Gunwood.
Yeah,
But Phil Foden can play in multitude of positions, and it clicks.
With ease.
Yeah.
Because remember, he
everywhere.
When he was 17, he
Other
was playing at
siders are
left wing back.
available.
He was playing at left wing back when he was 17 for City. But just to say on that point that you made about Guardiola having patience with him, Michael Owen. I always think back to Michael Owen because Michael Owen was thrusted into the first team at 17 and was playing week in, week out. And he was like the talisman for Liverpool, and his hamstrings just couldn't keep up. Do you know what I mean? And that basically made his career, it cut his career short. Those injuries that he picked up as a youngster. Gerrard was another one. Gerrard, a lot of people don't remember the amount of injuries Gerrard had when he first started playing because he hadn't grown into his adult body. He was still a kid. And he was having with growing pains, and he's had problems with his back and had to miss games and all that kind of stuff because he was playing too much football at a young age. So I think Pep was quite clever, and he had the advantage of having a world-class squad to be able to do that. So he was able to say, look, despite how good you are, I'm going to have you sit here, watch what's happening, train with these world-class players, look what people are doing, watch David Silva, watch what he does, because you can't tell me Foden hasn't learned a lot of the stuff that he's learned from David Silva.
Yeah, for real.
Sometimes I'm looking at him and I'm like, that's David Silva. That's David Silva's back. Foden is another level. I had this conversation with so many people on Twitter ages ago when everyone was talking about England's best young talent. I was like, it's Foden. Foden is the best young English player we have because he's just on another level with his intelligence. He plays at a maturity of someone who's like going into their 30s. He's been there, done that. He plays that way. You don't see Foden make the mistakes of a immature footballer. And what I mean by that is like when he should pass, but he takes a shot. Or if he doesn't move into a certain space, anticipate it. He makes all the right decisions. All of his decision making is correct. He's had such high football IQ. Someone like Greenwood, who I rate highly as well, he doesn't have that. Sometimes I see Greenwood and he sees a flash of the goalpost. You think, right, I'm going to shoot. Bro, take your time, pass that. Foden doesn't do that. Saka's the same. His decision making sometimes terrible. Foden doesn't do that.
I think like what I love about Foden as well, like if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, don't leave him anywhere near. He won't be part of the two, but if you wanted to, you could. If he was playing, just say if there was strung with injuries left, right, and centre, and they had to play a 4-2-3-1 did Man City that day, and they had Fernandinho and Foden, he'd be able to play next to him and just ping passes and just dictate play from the middle of the park. If you're playing that three, he could play any one of those three. I mean, like, what was his position on Saturday? I don't even know. It didn't even matter because he was just there and available for anything and everything. He played with his back to goal. He could run onto it. He's left foot, right foot. He's smart, man.
Yeah, it was just like I was literally like bemused at how many ways you can use this one tool. And Pep is using him as he's using a butter knife as a samurai sword. He's using a super soaker as an AK-47. Like, bro, I don't think you guys really understand what this guy is doing at the age that he's doing at. That's why I'm marveling at what he's able to do. The same way I'm marveling at Saka. Look at the IQ. Look at the touch. Look at the awareness, the accuracy of Saka. And then look at the double finishing of like, bro. If England do not win a major competition with these three in the next 6 years, there's a problem.
They were already close as it is.
No, they
were
won't.
very close as it was.
Because how is Harry Kane going to get part of that team? And that's what the problem is. Can we have a hot minute on Spurs? Well, I don't want to talk about on Friday. Let's have a conversation about Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
Before we have a conversation on Spurs,
who lost to Chelsea's reserve squad as well, by the way.
make sure that you join us tonight for It's All Mad in the Dugout at 10 p.m. GMT, which is in about 2 hours from now on Twitter. We'll be on Twitter Spaces, so jump in and join us as we talk about whatever madness we've come across this week. So make sure you follow any of our Twitters now, and at 10 o'clock you'll see it pop up saying, a space, or however Twitter notifies you. So just follow us and check it out tonight. But yeah, back to Spurs.
I'm glad Erhan's still alive. We need to have this conversation, and this isn't even slander in a way. I like to take the mickey out of things, but I'm always football first, and then my club comes second. But West Ham 1, Tottenham 0. Tottenham at the moment are toothless. They lost during the week against Vitesse Arnhem, Chelsea's reserve team, as Devo pointed out quite rightfully, and they also lost to West Ham. Now West Ham needs to be respected a hell of a lot more, because I don't think they got a lot of respect last season. It's almost like, hold on a minute, what are West Ham doing up here? You know what I mean? Whereas now it's almost like, okay, we could believe in it. And they're also playing Ben Johnson at right back as well, who is not even a natural right back, but there's an injury to Soufal. So because a lot of people are talking about, what are West Ham going to be able to do because of the injuries? Like if they're getting injuries, they're a very starting 11 focused team. They haven't really got much of a squad or that sort of thing there. But they're performing. They've got a manager in David Moyes, who's everyone's cussed out, who was also at West Ham, and West Ham fans were cussing him out before he got sacked for Pellegrini. He's come back. He's almost like he's learnt his mistakes, and he's come back and thought, right, here we go. This is what we're going to do. And they're also doing bits in Europe as well. 3 wins out of 3. They're looking very strong for their group. If they beat Genk, I'm pretty sure they go through as group winners, let alone as qualification. But they definitely qualify if they beat Genk next time out as well.
Yeah, let's discuss Tottenham, man.
I was trying to build it up. I'm trying to build it up to try and make Spurs fans feel good about themselves. But no, bun Tottenham. And the reason why I'm saying bun Tottenham, is because you should have done anything and everything in your power to let Harry Kane go. Just let him go. Like, you want 150 million? We've only offered 100 mil. Well, take that 100 mil and move on, because he is now poison at your club. And anyway, Tottenham haven't got a very good side anymore. That 16-17 season was the last season that they had a good season, first starting 11. Since that moment, you have been on a steady decline. You had a good manager who kept you in the mix of it, and you got all upset and got pissy about it.
Your smoke.
You let him go. And you have been terrible since. You deserve everything that you've got coming towards you, Tottenham. I swear down right now. And Harry Kane, he doesn't want to be there anymore. And it proves it so much. The way he saunters around the pitch, he makes it look like he's trying to put an effort in, but he ain't doing anything. He don't want anything anymore. And then we've got Dele Alli. Dele Alli's coming back into the fold right now.
He's been dead for years, man.
What is a Dele Alli right now? Bun Tottenham, man. Sure.
You know what? Can I just say one thing? Dele Alli, there's no other big club that would still have Dele Alli on their books after such a long time. Maybe Arsenal, but after such a long time of being just under par and still be there. Like, they had the chance to move him on. PSG were after him, and they had the chance to move him on. They stuck by him. And he has been terrible apart from that one season he had where he was pulling up trees. And yes, it was a brilliant season. Other than that, he's been so poor. And everyone saw it. It's like, if he's not scoring or if he's not getting chance, you're like playing with 10 men. He doesn't offer anything apart from arriving in the box late. But if you're not playing in that system where you can carry him, then you've just given yourself a disadvantage. And I think where Tottenham's biggest mistake was this season was the appointment of Nuno Santos. And this is why, at the time, everyone was laughing, because as me especially, I was like, that's a terrible appointment. Because he did well at Wolves. It's like, yeah, he did all right at Wolves, but he was given the luxury of being given Ruben Neves in the Championship and all these big boy players in the Championship that no one else could get.
Devo, they also started declining under Nuno as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They came to the Premier League, had a very good first season. We've seen that many times. Sheffield United done it. Many teams have come up and done well in the first season. Second season, get found out. And he was on the point where Wolves were declining rapidly when he left. Was he sacked or did he leave? I think he walked. But then, yeah, he came to Spurs, and Spurs didn't want him. They went after Fonseca. They went after Conte. They went after someone else. And then they came back to him.
They were playing musical chairs and managers.
Like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll have you. So knowing full well that they didn't want you in the first place, Nuno should have said, no, I'm not going to be your fourth choice. What do you think this is? But he took the job. And that shows the caliber of that man. That shows his ambition. You want that man to lead you forward. The man who's willing to take fourth place.
That's what you trying to fourth place. It's like trying to chase a gal as she buys you off and she goes after next man. She goes after next man and gets rejected by all them man and comes back to you and be like, oh babes, can we try a team? Nah, sir. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a bird. A whole bird. But no, honestly, just to piggyback on what the gentlemen have said, I'm just put this real quick. We've all said this, we've all lamented this, and we'll continue saying this. Sell Harry Kane, fast track the rebuilding process. You are Tottenham. At the end of the day, you are Tottenham. Okay, we can say as United fans, we want a manager with DNA. You guys can't. There's levels to this, and understand that there's levels to this. Now go suffer. Anyway, that's all I got to say.
4,992 days without a trophy, Tottenham are.
Listen, Poch had them punching over their weight. Poch had them punching over their weight. Like they were, what's it? All right, Devo. Yeah, Poch had them punching over their weight because, you know, got them all to this nice space. They were looking nice. You know, those people that you look at them, you're like, bruh, how are this 4 out of 10 with this 9 out of 10? And that's what happened to the point where they thought they were 9 out of 10, and now they got their reality that, you know, it's gone. It's all gone. And Spurs.
I said Arsenal haven't won the league since he was 3 years old. Man, Tottenham haven't won the league since my grandma was like before. Well, she's dead now, but she weren't even living in England.
RPG ma.
Yeah, man, she was blessed, man. She was strong, but she moved to the UK in 1962. That's a year after Tottenham last won the title. So don't even give me that one.
Listen, both Northumberland clubs as crap as each other right now, in all honesty, for me. So it's okay. While you two battle out on who the crappiest is, best team in London clearly is Chelsea.
Taking the piss.
Man said Neeks bottle job their shot. And you know what? Neeks is actually on Mondays. Neeks actually has some stuff that he has to deal with. He'll be back once those things have been dealt with. But he should be here later tonight for the It's All Mad in the Dugout on the Twitter space. So once again, tune into that in the next 2 hours on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter and you'll see notification pop up. Or however it works, I don't know. So make sure you do that.
That's the most fire comment I've ever seen in that. Ali needs to score against City and then do the rock the cradle celebration. That is
wait, where is that?
That's fighting words. If I'm Pep, I'm getting
I need to score against City and then do the rock the
You've won the internet for the day. The internet for the day. Congratulations. Honestly, we'll get a trophy out to you. Send me your address. I'll send you a trophy. Right.
Oh my days. Imagine that. That's hilarious. But thank you guys for joining us on today's show. Once again, make sure you go and follow us on Twitter. Our ats are in our names, apart from Space Kids. So you'd have to put your at in your name if you want.
Oh,
yeah, but it's at. His Twitter ain't there.
I'll put that there shortly.
Yeah, so it was too late now because I'm ending the stream, but going forward, put it in there. Gotcha. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. Subscribe, like the video and all of that if you haven't done so already. See you in a couple of hours on the Twitter space. Peace.